Today is September 23rd, 2022. I've got the ES 60-minute chart up. Yesterday we were in this area here, and what I said was we were looking for a little bear flag, and when we dropped that to, I would go short. So it's kind of what happened yesterday. We did not hit any of my targets, downside targets, as the CPR central pivot range, that was pretty wide. So basically we had a wide range because of the prior day, and typically what happens, you're going to get some congestion or digestion, right? So it's going to just go up and down, deal with this move we just had, and kind of what happened. So we went sideways for most of the day yesterday, probably in about, let's say 70, 30-point range, 20-point range. For the most part, it was around a 10-point range before we had a little sell-off right at the close or close to the close, where we came up and tagged this, or came up here and tagged the trend line and then dropped down. Okay, so today, what are we expecting? Well, we got a tighter CPR, and hence we dropped this for the most part, this flag area, and we're proceeding lower. We've already hit target 1 at 37.36, and would not be surprised for us to come down to 3,700 today or lower. So I have my target 1, 37.36. We've already hit target 2, 37.15, and target 3 is 37.05. In case you can't read them, I'm not looking too much on the upside. I've got a trend line here that I would probably come down to something like this for intraday. Copy, maybe add another one. Something like that. And just so you know, it's not an arbitrary trend line. So what I look for is on the internal is, something about 50%. And I'm looking for some kind of confluence or some kind of something to say, okay, that trend line belongs there, right? So I had 3 wicks here, hit that there. We close that body above it. Looks like we're going to close this one below it. So I kind of like that. Looks symmetrical. I can always grab my fib retracements and just go straight up. And okay, we're right on the money on a 50%. So that looks pretty good. If I wanted an intermediate trend line. Here, the end result is, even though I've got my targets laid out, my ultimate target is still down in this area. And this box is actually, could be essentially a lot bigger, something like that. But anyway, it's a target. It's an area to shoot for. It's an area for me to watch. Again, that target area is, I look at it about 36.20 down to 35.95. Again, this is just a calculated number based on wave 012. Okay. So that's what I've got today. Yep, I will be short. I am short, and we'll go from there. Okay, SPY. I was looking this morning. I got a chart where I get all these targets. These are all calculated targets. And actually, I'll show that one next time. I want to kind of keep going. Here's the SPY chart, which I show periodically. Little harmonics, crab pattern. We followed this in the room when we hit the 200-day and came down. And so far, the pattern's holding pretty well. And my next target, 371.04. And then if we exceed that, obviously the June lows. So there's that. If I look on the some fib retracements, same similar system. We've just broken through that 78.6 and are coming down. So that means a full 100% retracement is probably going to be called for. Okay. This trend line which we broke was, that one came from the 2020 low. So it's pretty significant in that I don't think I'll be able to get it all on there. So, but 2020 low from March up to this point, and you can see we broke it right there, and we're going to continue to come down. So there you go on that one. I think my last chart I'll show is Apple. On Apple, I did take Apple short right up in here. Next Friday's 150 puts. We came down yesterday, hit the 50%, so I was expecting a retracement. We took profit. I think we got these at 160 or about 160, sold there at 310, and I sold the final ones right around 260 or so. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm expecting Apple to continue to come down. I will jump in again this morning for another round, probably play 2 weeks out just to give me some time, because I'm looking for, ultimately, my price point on Apple is down here around 135 to 133. So whether we get there or not, I don't know. So I always play with, for me, you should play for you. Your risk tolerance is different than mine. So again, this is just my thoughts. So that's what I've got. Have a great day and a great weekend. We will be doing a webinar here soon, probably on it maybe next Saturday is what I'm kind of planning. And I'm going to try to get some input from the members and see, hey, what, probably be like either a fibs training or a moving average system or something for people who are maybe struggling or who've, been doing this for 20 years or 10 years and aren't profitable. They would like to be. And then I would say, and part of that training will be something simple like this. Okay. Is get rid of all the indicators, get rid of everything, get it down to a simple little system, one system. So I'll provide or try to do a training on one system, and that system may or may not be for you. So you'll either say, hey, I get that and that makes sense to me and you can use that, or you'll say, oh, that's garbage and I don't understand it and it doesn't meet my eye. Okay, and that's fine. It's just like golf, right? Horses for courses, courses for horses. There you go. So that'll be, something that everybody has to decide on what system is right for you. And, I don't have one particular system because I think each ticker has their own personality and their own system that they use. So, Apple, I used to use Fibonacci's quite a bit. I don't use it as much as I used to. But maybe it's time to get back into that. Okay, that's all I got. Thanks.